Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling something really important, making data actually understandable.
Yeah, it's a big one.
We're looking at key ideas from Making Numbers Count by Heath and Karla Starr based on the summary material you provided.
Yeah.
The mission,
Simple, really.
find practical ways to communicate data better. Let's just get straight to it.
Absolutely. You can do amazing analysis, but if people don't get it, what's the point? It just fizzles out.
Exactly. So this is about making sure your insights actually hit home.
Making them count, you could say.
Huh. Right. Okay, so the first big idea from the book summary is maybe a bit surprising. It suggests we should often steer clear of numbers initially.
Mm-hmm.
Seems odd when we're talking about data, doesn't it?
It does sound counterintuitive, yeah. But the point isn't really to hide the numbers. It's more about leading with the meaning.
Meaning before the math.
Exactly. Think of it like translating, from data speak
Yeah.
into just plain English. What's the story the numbers tell? Say that first, clearly.
Okay, so rather than hitting people with like a 15% increase in X,
Right.
you'd maybe start with something like, we saw significant growth in X, or more people are doing X.
Precisely. You give the headline first. Then when you do bring in the numbers, they have context. They make more sense.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
It makes it less intimidating up front.
Yeah.
So the second point then is about focusing on the one.
Yes. This is crucial.
With all the data points we can find, it's about finding the main thing.
Exactly. What is the single most critical takeaway you need your audience to walk away with? Just one.
And everything else supports that one point, like visuals, the summary.
Everything. Keep it simple. Your charts, your explanations, center it all on that core narrative. Don't muddy the waters with, 5 different points at once.
Right. Avoid the temptation to show everything you found. One clear chart is better than a super cluttered one.
Definitely. It's about guiding people to the key insight, not overwhelming them.
Okay. Point 3, use reader-friendly figures. This is about making big numbers feel smaller or more graspable.
Yeah, more relatable. Think
Yeah.
about it. Huge abstract numbers are hard for our brains to really process. Can you convert them
Convert them how?
into something more familiar? Like instead of saying something costs billions, maybe relate it to a cost per person or compare it to something tangible they understand.
Ah, okay. So not just saying 2.5 million people, but maybe that's about the population of city X, Y, and Z combined.
Perfect example. But the key thing, and the source mentions this, is you must keep the scale accurate. Don't distort the comparison just to make it relatable.
Got it. Maintain the integrity of the data, but frame it better. Find a comparison that provides context, like filling so many football stadiums.
That's the spirit. It makes the scale feel real, not just like a number on a page.
Which leads nicely into the last point. Use familiar comparisons and personalize the message. This feels like taking that relatability even further.
It is. It's about using analogies drawn directly from your audience's world, their experiences.
Like the example mentioned, the COVID one. 2 arms distance instead of 6 feet.
Exactly. That was brilliant because it's so intuitive, so personal. You immediately know what it means without needing a ruler. The question is, how can you connect your data to something your specific audience already gets?
So if I'm presenting, say, student progress data to teachers,
Yeah.
instead of just points or percentiles,
Yeah.
I might compare a drop to, like, losing half a grade level's worth of learning, because that's a unit they live and breathe.
Perfect.
Right.
That creates an immediate understanding and makes the data feel much more relevant, more impactful to them personally.
Okay, so let's quickly recap the 4 big strategies from Making Numbers Count. First, lead with clear language. Maybe hold back the raw numbers initially.
translate first.
Second, focus. Find that single most important message, the one thing.
Keep it simple.
Third, use reader-friendly figures. Make numbers relatable. Convert them to understandable scales.
But keep it accurate.
And fourth, use familiar comparisons. Personalize it. Connect the data to your audience's world.
Make it intuitive.
It really hammers home that clear communication isn't just, a nice to have. It's as vital as the analysis itself.
Absolutely. And maybe something for you listening to think about. How could using even one of these ideas change how your next data presentation lands?
Yeah, what's the one thing you really want your audience to remember next time?
And how can you use these techniques, maybe simpler language, a better comparison, to make sure that message sticks? Makes you think, doesn't it?